welcome back to Potty Talk. I know that I am totally behind on bump dates. I'm so sorry with all the craziness of Christmas, and I was sick. That didn't help. Things were just crazy. We've had family in from out of state. We still have some family in. We're going to be visiting with, tomorrow's Sunday. On Monday, I'm going to Nashville, which is about 3.5 hours away, to meet my brother and his wife and his 2 little boys. They live in Salt Lake City, and we don't get to see them very often, so I'm really excited about that. But anyways, it's just been crazy. And I actually needed to get some work done and do some planning for the next year and get some trainings ready for my team, and I really needed some peace and quiet to do that. And so while my mom was out of town, I called her. I know where the extra key is hidden. And I said, I really need to get some work done, and I need some serious quiet, a long time of peace and quiet in order to get it done. Can I please stay at your house? So, of course, she said yes because she's an amazing mother. Thank you, Mama. And I'm hanging out in her bathroom in her pajamas and her fuzzy socks, eating her food. And I don't have any kid. There's nobody in this house except for me right now, which is crazy. You guys, I am very rarely, literally alone. So I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Got a lot of work done. And I finally had time to pause and do a bump date for you. So this is weeks 14, 15, and 16. Today I'm 16 weeks and 4 days. And really not a lot has changed. I have gained 2 more pounds, so I'm up a pretty even 10 pounds now. Which I'm gonna go ahead and show you my baby bump. Since we're talking about it now. Really, I don't have much of a bump. I really don't, you guys. I don't know if this baby is just burrowed down inside of me. I don't know where this baby is at, but I don't have much of a bump. I'm just gaining weight everywhere. In my face. Oh, my face so much. Like, I can tell such a huge difference. Go back and watch my first We're Expecting video when I was just 4 weeks pregnant. You can see a huge difference in my face. So I'm just like gaining weight all over. I don't have a whole lot of a bump, and a moth just flew over there. Okay, I'm going to show you my bump, what little bit I have. I mostly just look fat, you guys. See, I mean, I don't really have a whole lot of a bump. And I just ate a really big meal too, so I've gotten a lot bigger here, for sure. I'm just in my mom's fancy pajamas. I'm just gaining weight everywhere, basically. Other than feeling fat, I don't feel overly pregnant. You know, morning sickness really is completely gone. I have had some spells of being lightheaded. If I'm up doing a lot, or if I stand up too quickly, and at nighttime, especially if I'm sleeping and one of the kids come down and need something, or one of the babies crying or whatever, and I get up really fast, that can make me feel sick and a little faint. But I feel pretty good. I feel pretty normal. Just fat. It's just what I feel like. I have noticed that I am definitely more emotional the last week, I guess. There has been a lot going on. Both good and bad things. We've had death in the family, a death of a mentor of mine, one of my first mentors as a young teenager. We've had some losses. We had a medical emergency in the family. I mean, there's just been a lot going on. And I don't know if I'm feeling teary-eyed all the time because of all of that stuff happening and all that stress going on in my head that my emotions are aware of, but I don't let myself mentally go there. Just because I haven't had time to mentally go there. Or if it's hormones. I don't know. But I have definitely been more emotional this last week. I'll just be talking to the kids and just all of a sudden start tearing up. I can't sing hardly anything without crying on every single song. I don't know if you know this or not, but I do the music at our church. I play the piano and lead the worship. And I was planning out our worship service tomorrow, and I was thinking about a song to do like as a special. And every single song I try to sing, I end up crying on. So it's easier when I'm singing along with the congregation because they kind of like distract me a little bit. But when it comes to like me singing by myself like a solo, I just can't do it. I can't do it. I'm just way too emotional. So really that's the only thing that's kind of new. Everything is sort of still the same right now. I did promise you in the last vlog 3 weeks ago. I'm really sorry about that. I'm going to do better, I promise. That we would talk about having a home birth this time. So my first birth was just a traditional birth in the hospital, and I hated it. And part of it was because I had a really horrible doctor. Like the doctor that I disliked the most in the whole practice is, of course, who was on call when I went into labor. Number one, though, the day before, he stripped my bag of waters without my permission. So that already turned me off. And then the next day when I was induced, he was on call that day. It was just a terrible experience. I'm not going to go into all of that. It just was a bad experience. He was just awful and did things that he should not have done. So it was just a bad experience. So when I got pregnant with Noah, I wanted something completely different. I felt more confident in my body and being able to labor it naturally. So I decided to go with a birth center birth. Ended up having preeclampsia with Noah. I don't know if they ever actually diagnosed me with preeclampsia. I definitely had hypertension, and I was having to do 24-hour urine test all the time, back to back. My proteins are always high. I was swollen, something awful. My blood pressure was always high. And so they actually had told me they were going to induce me on a Friday if I hadn't gone into labor. Ended up going into labor on Wednesday by myself, but they still didn't feel comfortable with me having the baby there at the birth center since I'd had some complications. And then with third one, with James, went back to the same birth center. Had a great pregnancy. No, I didn't have complications. I had some preterm labor. But as far as preeclampsia, there was none of that. No high blood pressure. Up until the day he was born, I was planning on having a birth center birth. And I had some blood work done a couple days before, and it had just come back. When I called the midwife to tell her I was in labor, she said, your iron is too low to deliver at the birth center. So anyways, whatever. I've delivered at 3 different hospitals. So with this one, I'm feeling, like I said, I'm feeling pretty confident in my body and the way that I labor, the way that I give birth. And we just decided to go with a home birth this time, partly because the birth center that I used with my last 2 has closed. So, and there is a new one in Knoxville, but it's further away from us. It's about 50 minutes away from my house. And driving that far in labor does not sound nice to me at all. I barely could handle the 15 minutes drive that I had with the last 2. So, I am working with a midwife team. It's 2 midwives. Their practice is called Roots and Wings Midwifery in Knoxville. And they always come together to births. They never attend a birth with just one midwife. If one of them is sick or whatever, they call in another midwife that's local to come with them. So that made me feel good. I had a whole ton of questions that I asked. I actually went and met with them before I even got pregnant because I had started kind of researching, and I just had a ton of questions for them. And I feel really good with them. I love them both. They are both amazing. And a really cool fact about one of them is that her name is Rachel, and her oldest 3 kids are Isaac, Noah, and Jacob. Mine are Isaac, Noah, and James, my bio kids. And I have a nephew named Jacob. So that was really cool and weird. But I'm super looking forward to it. I think it would be amazing just to labor in my bedroom and everybody leave me alone. I've even told the midwife last time, I was like, from my perspective, your job is just to be there in case of emergency. Like, just leave me alone. This is just how I am when I'm laboring. Just leave me alone. To me, it's the last bonding moment that I have with the baby while it is still inside of me. And that's the time for just me and baby. Like, I don't want anybody else around. And if you are around, you better be quiet and don't talk to me and don't touch me. I like to just kind of be by myself and enjoy the process in peace and quiet. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope that works out. But, if plans change and I end up needing to go to a hospital, I'm okay with that too. I'll work through it no matter what happens. But, yeah, that's what we decided to do. So I just filmed our baby names, plural, because we picked out 2 names, reveal earlier today and posted it. So if you missed it, go back and watch it. Other than that, like and subscribe so you don't miss the next bump date. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.